Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm rebuilding Huddersfield Town in the Championship. Huddersfield are one of the fewer teams in the English division to have won the title 3 times back to back, and the last time they were in the Premier League was in the 18-19 season. They finished rock bottom. Today I'm going to be rebuilding them with only English talent, so I'm signing only English players and with the age 24 and below. So guys, this is the team I'm going to be rebuilding, and I'm going to be only try to keep English players. I can carry on with the other nationality players in my team, but I'm not going to be signing any new ones, and the ones I'm going to be signing are going to be age 24 and under, and see how many English talents there are in this game, and is there any future Rooney, Gerrard or Lampard coming through the ranks or all the way to the Premier League. I'm going to be aiming getting into the playoffs of the first season. This team's actually decent to get into the playoffs. Let's see what they can accomplish. And to guys, just make any changes to the team. I've got 18 million. That is absolutely fantastic. And see who we can sign and take them back to the Premier League. So guys, coming away with the first scouting report from my scouts. I've recalled them. There were one in Scotland, one in Wales and one in Netherlands. I've recalled them, but I've seen one guy, Carlin Grant. He's 24, just about into my diameter of the age I'm on to sign, and he's currently playing for West Brom, and he's a striker, 6'4". So guys, I've made my first short list of the season. It's Carlin Grant, of course. I think he's really good. Max Aaron, one of the favourites players to be moving around in this FIFA. And Miguel Aziz, always a favourite, playing for the Arsenal. But currently he's playing for Wigan, probably on loan in IRL. And Josh Bowler, 23 years of age. He's currently playing for Nottingham Forest. Let's go and try approaching West Brom for Carlin Grant. Guys, first signing of the new era is Max Aarons from Norwich, 5.3 million. We failed to sign Carlin Grant from West Brom. He was asking too much for his weekly wage, but now let's see if we can approach him later in the month. But for now, it's Max Aaron, the right back here in Huddersfield. Guys, looking at my team, they are really quite young. Most of them are in their early 20s. But with 65 rating, that could really do the job in the Championship. I don't think so, guys. We need to be at least 75 average, the team rating. But looking at this Huddersfield team, the average rating is probably 65. And I definitely need to improve my team for next season. But we only managed to sign Max Aarons because we've only got 1 million to spend only this season, because we spent almost 5.3 million on Max Aarons, and we left with only 1 million. Guys, first game of the season, I'm going to be quick simming it here at the Carrow Road, hoping that we can actually get off to a flyer. 2-1 victory. What a start to the season. Lodson and Ward with the goal for Huddersfield. 3 points in the first game. Always beautiful to see a team winning in the first game of the season. So guys, now I'm going to be simulating all the way to January, and see you in January and see where we are in the table. And midway point of the season, looking at the results, it's been a bit of a downside in December, November as well. So towards the end of November, we're looking at the result. I really think we're going to be mid-table. Let's go check the table. We are 12. That is not good. I was expecting mid-table, but really want to get into the playoff. And Leicester City in 6, Southampton, Leeds United leading the race. Look at Southampton, 8 points ahead of the second closest team for the title is Leeds, and halfway or more than halfway of the season done is Southampton leading the title race. Here at the bottom is Birmingham, Swansea and Blackpool struggling to get points. But the Birmingham really down with 19 points in 24th spot. Not looking good for them this season. Guys, I said earlier in the video, I said only English players, English meaning British. So Welsh and Northern Ireland are acceptable, with Scotland too. So I found this Liam Cullen, who is 23 years of age. I'm going to be putting him into this shortlist and see when I can sign him. Guys, I found this ex-Manchester United player who got released by United. He's playing at Reading in IRL. Charlie Savage, Robbie Savage's son. I'm gonna revive his career and try getting him into the Huddersfield team. And looking at the results from the scouting report, we've got some decent English players who are not really showing the potential. In this guy, Mark Gohey, is currently playing for Crystal Palace. Let's add him to the shortlist. And another player currently playing for Wolfsburg, 24 years of age. He's English, 6 foot, left footed. He is central midfielder. And let's bring him back to the English football by adding him onto the shortlist. Guys, second signing of the season with Huddersfield, this time in January, is 2 million. We've got Josh Cullen currently playing for, he was playing for South Swansea City. We've got him in first handshake with the manager, hoping that he can be a starting 11 player. He's training, hoping he's fit to start in the FA Cup. We just signed this guy, 65 overall. That's one bad thing in the signing. And then he is injured in training straight away, not good. But we've got a 76 right back, 76 rated right back. We need to be putting. High is 66, but he is unhappy with this positioning, so we will have to be signing some players in the central midfield position. Kasumu can start instead of High, who is not happy. And then we'll just have to sign. We've got 75 rated goalkeeper, but you know what? Someone, Vaklik, he's 85 currently, 5+. He's really performing for my team. Guys, an FA Cup game against the champion Premier League side at Kirkley Stadium. Let's hope we can actually win this and get ourselves into round 4. 2-2. McBurney scored for Sheffield. 2 minutes later, Mahoney scores. A replay is coming. Guys, the season has ended and let's go check the table where we finished. We finished 15, so that is somewhat decent with the amount of money we spent. We only spent 6 million to be fair. And Bristol City are almost, well, they are 17 points clear of us in the 7th spot. And Preston North End actually qualified and they were 10 points ahead of Bristol City, so the top 6 really running riots. Leeds managed to take it off Watford in the last few games. Leeds winning the title with 5 points. Watford just managing get into the Premier League without having to play. And into the FA Cup, Tottenham finally won a big trophy, beating Liverpool in the FA Cup. In the Carabao Cup, West Ham beat Manchester City on penalties. And the Championship playoff win goes to Preston, who won 4-3 on penalties, beating Norwich at Wembley. And the Champions League winners is AC Milan beating Liverpool like the 2007 replay. Europa League is Manchester United losing to Tottenham, so that's 2 trophies under the new manager for Tottenham. And Slavia Prague losing out to West Ham in the UEFA Conference League. Guys, into the second season and again in the Championship, looking at the team, we still need to improve. We need to get all the players above 70 in order to even try fighting for the playoffs for the Premier League. At some point of the season, we were 6 and I thought Huddersfield are really going to get into the playoffs, but it wasn't to be, and they managed to lose out and drop points in the second half of the season. And by the way, to improve the team, let's see how much balance we've got from the board. Oh, we've got 8 million again. That is decent if we want to really improve the team. Let's see what the scouting report is saying this time around. They've got a wonder kid, Josh Edward, is not too much wonderful. They want 19 and he's not really having any green boxes. Oh, wonder kid Charlie Cresswell, currently playing for Leeds United. I definitely need to put him on the shortlist and see if we can actually sign him in the summer. Another fabulous player is James Garner. He's in Everton in IRL, not quite sure what team he plays for. And he is 22 CDM position. He's got a lot of green boxes. Let's put him into the shortlist. And guys, looking at the shortlist, let's go and try grabbing a few players and try signing him. I'm going for Liam Cresswell in the first time of asking. Hopefully Leeds agree my transfer fee. I'm going to offer them 5 million, see if they can agree. I'm not very hopeful of this, but if they have agreed, oh, what a fantastic deal it could be. Cresswell is actually a great defender for Leeds United. I've seen him play in a few games. He is actually decent, and 5 million is a bargain. And guys, first signing of the second season in charge, Expert Khan has pulled the cards out of his pocket and is leads Cresswell into the centre-back position. First handshake with the manager, hoping that he is good enough to start for us next season. And guys, I managed to sign Robbie Savage's son, Charlie Savage. I'm not a big fan of Robbie Savage over the years. He's been a bit brutal, fouling red card and saying all the garbage in the media, but his son is decent. I'm going to give him a second chance in the Championship. He was sent to Forest Green, currently playing for Reading in IRL, but I'm going to give him a chance back to the Yorkshire team where he actually belongs. So guys, after the 3 signings in the summer, this is my team going into the second season. Only Savage gets his starting position. That is a bit unusual because he's the lowest rated player I signed. Cresswell is on the bench. And guys, first press conference of Expert Khan with Huddersfield in the second season, and he's gonna have to answer some questions here, serious questions, after losing it out in the second half of the season. They were in the playoff position and then they suddenly dropped points, so he really wants his team to be fired up for the new season, especially with the 2 signings in the summer. So guys, first game of the season against Hull City. They've got Stupina, who's I think currently playing for Luton Town. Is he? I think he is on or something else. He's actually playing in the Premier League, but for now, let's quick sim this game. 2-1 defeat. Seri and Traore. Savage went off in the 75th minute. Mahoney consolation in the 78th. Yeah, we are currently midway up the table, the 15th position. Not really midway, we should have been at least 11-12 with 31.7 draws, 8 wins and 13 defeats. Bottom of the table, Cardiff, Portsmouth and Wigan. Who is leading the title race is Brighton, who relegated last season, is hoping to get back up straight away. QPR just a point behind them, and they are 8 points ahead of Leicester City. Guys, into the third round of the FA Cup at Kirklees, we are up against the Premier League side. Let's hope we can actually take them on and march on to the next round. 2-2 draw, Simpson equalising late in the game. April into the last 2 games of the season, away to Reading, and the first one we're going to focus on is Cardiff City. Let's see if we can actually win this game. We're not going to get into the Premier League undefeated to Cardiff City. Just 1 more game remaining, guys, but let me tell you, this has been a disappointing season once again with Huddersfield in the Championship. So close, a good start actually in October. We were in the top 6, but then just started losing points. And a 1-1 draw in the final day of the season, guys. Let's go and check the table and recap the season. Guys, season ended in disappointment again. 17 in the Championship, 17 defeats. That's a bit too much. Ipswich, Barnsley and Sheffield Wednesday relegated to League One. And AFC Bournemouth and Brentford are into the Premier League once again. Let's go and check the other trophies. City beating Liverpool in the FA Cup final. In the Carabao Cup, that's a double winners for City, beating Southampton in the Carabao. And Luton managed to beat Millwall on penalties and are into the Premier League once again. And UEFA Super Cup, Spurs managed to beat Manchester United 4-3 on penalties. That's a bit of a surprise. Champions League, Tottenham beat Paris Saint-Germain. That's back-to-back European trophies for Spurs. And then the Europa League, Ajax beating Manchester United. Conference League, AC Milan beating LASK, the Swedish side. Guys, into the 3rd season with Huddersfield and in the Championship once again. Looking at the team, this team should be nearing the Premier League now. Most of the players are in 70s, just a few. I am going to keep Savage. He was 61 when I signed him from Forest Green, but he's now turning to 65. He is one for the future. Thomas is 71 up front. We definitely need a second choice goalkeeper. Schofield is actually 70. That is decent, so we need a second choice goalkeeper in order to back him up. And guys, once again this season I made a shortlist. I'm going to be signing the players I'm going to be signing, and to make this happen, let's check how much budget the board has given us. Oh, they've only given us 9 million. I think we had 3 million from the previous season, but that's not too much. And then they expect me to get into the promotion playoffs. Look, sign one player, youth academy, to the midfield position. Sign 2 players younger than 20. Okay, keep salary growth under 0. Come on, board, you need to be serious. And if you really want us to get into the Premier League, you definitely need to be giving us more budget to work with. Guys, first signing of the season is Jaden Butcher, free agent. Only I think we signed him for no, actually he's free agent, so it's only £2,000 a week he's gonna get. 19 years of age, 62 overall, just a bench warmer to be fair. And we definitely need players under the age of 20 in order to fulfill the board's objectives. Guys, we finally managed to sign a player that I always wanted to sign for Huddersfield from season number 1. Is Miguel Aziz, an Arsenal youth academy, and he's currently playing for Wigan on loan. Maybe, I'm not quite sure. Well, actually not on loan, because we signed him, and now he is in West Yorkshire in Huddersfield training and hoping to get into the starting 11. Guys, third signing of the season in season number 3 for Huddersfield. It is the goalkeeper, and we finally got one. We'll see if he's actually better than Schofield in net, or is he going to be on the sub bench to start with. First handshake with the manager, Expert Khan, and he's in training, hoping to get into the starting 11. Guys, a huge offer for Max Aarons, 22.5 million from Club Brugge in Belgium. If we accept his offer, guys, and this could be the deciding moment for Huddersfield for this season, could take us to the Premier League, as we will be investing into better players, or more probably more important players. Well, Max Aarons will actually fantastic for me in the last season or so, but now it's time to go, guys. I have accepted the deal. 22.5 million for 24-year-old. What a signing he was only a season and a half ago, and now we made a huge profit on him. Guys, with the fantastic sales of Max Aarons, the right back, we've got 23 million to spend in this third season. Let's go searching for better players. I found one. He is in my shortlist. Bogle, by the way, guys, what a player he is. He's also a right back in half the price nearly. Guys, we finally managed to line up Jaden Bogle from Sheffield United. First handshake with the manager and the players. He's in Kirkley Stadium getting a training underway. Guys, final signing before we go to the first game of the season is Sammy Braybrook. Board is wanting us to sign 2 20-year-olds, and we've signed one before him, and now this is the second one. What a signing is. 2.6 million market value, and he's 69 overall. What a player he is. Guys, going into the third season, this is my team. We've got lined up. We've got Jaden Bogle in, as well as Miguel Aziz, who is going to be on the sub bench for now. Let's swap Bogle onto the right hand flank. He looks better, and put him a bit more further up. And this is my team, guys. I'm hoping that we can get into the Premier League this time. Guys, halfway through the season in January, we've got a big game against Bristol City. I'm saying a big game because they are currently in the 6th position of the table, where we actually want ourselves to be, and we are currently only 4 points behind them and 6 behind Swansea City in 6th position. Sorry, Bristol are in 8th position. Let's go to the game and take 3 points away from them. Guys, into the last game of the season against Luton Town. Let's simulate it and see where we actually end up in the table. Not looking like we are in the playoffs. Oh, we won 2-1 against Luton, but for now, let's go check the table. A quick recap for the season, and again, we just managed to finish in the top 12. Well, midway of the table, then qualifying for the Premier League automatic promotion. Southampton with 120 points. I don't think I've ever seen that many points in the Championship. Crystal Palace also going into the Premier League. Brighton, Sheffield, Swansea, Middlesbrough. having to play the playoffs. And down and out, Preston, Birmingham and Charlton Athletic. Only 6 wins for Charlton, once a very fearful team in the Premier League under Alan Kirbishley, but not anymore. They are down to League One. And the FA Cup winners is Wolves beating Wolverhampton Wanderers 3-2 in the final. Carabao goes to Chelsea. Burnley so close, but still did not manage to win a trophy this season. And the playoff is between Middlesbrough, Brighton, Swansea and Sheffield. And the playoff winner is Brighton Hove Albion beating Sheffield United 3-1 and getting themselves into the Premier League. And UEFA Super Cup was won by Spurs beating Ajax, so that's fortunate for Spurs. They had an easy team this time around. Liverpool beaten by City in the Champions League final. And Benfica winning 5-4 on penalties in the Europa League final against Club Brugge, where we saw Max Aarons to. And Europa League, Arsenal beating Genk 2-0. And that's to end the season, guys. Let's go to another season with Huddersfield in the Championship again. Guys, 4th season with Huddersfield and then again in the Championship. A bit of disappointment. Looking at the team, guys, we've got a decent team to work with. We've got most of the players that are in 70 plus. Simpson 75, but we definitely need to work on his finishing. Rodoni, he's definitely one player I want to keep in my team. Look at the 2 signings in the previous summer transfer window. Was Braybrook, and he was 71 now, and Miguel Aziz, the former Arsenal Youth Academy product, 71 as well. We definitely need to sign a left back and try getting a 70 plus, another centre back. We need actually 2 centre backs 70 plus. So guys, this is the starting 11 so far. We definitely need to sign more players. And to sign players, we've got 9 million again. We're not getting more from the board. We definitely need some money in order to invest into players and get us up into the Premier League. The objectives are sign 2 players younger than the age of 21 youth academy product, and within 2 seasons signs 2 youth players to the senior team, play them 5 matches. We don't have anyone in the youth academy at the moment. Guys, we simulated all the way until June, and guess what? We turned it around in the second half of the season, and we are in the Premier League playoff against Norwich City, who we did actually lose to in March 2-0 away from home. And really, I am surprised with it myself. But look at the table, guys. I was 13, I think, in December, and now into the Premier League playoff. Yeah, look at this championship table. Huddersfield managed to get into the 5th position, not just 6th, but 5th. Huddersfield, Norwich, Burnley and Hull City, 2 teams from Yorkshire, are into the playoffs. QPR, Watford, automatic promotion. QPR, the champions of the Championship, and relegated into the 3rd division is Bolton, Stoke and Wigan Athletics. And guys, before I even go to the match, let's check out the stats for the teams and who scored the most goals for us this season. Yeah, the most goals scored was Tyrese Simpson and Solber Thomas on the right wing, and Rudini scored as well. I'm happy with this guy, Miguel Aziz. He's getting into the team. He's only scored 5 goals though, but he's 2 assists in the first 37 matches. Jaden Bogle was signing 7 assists and 4 goals from the right back position. And Charlie Savage still managed to get 21 appearances. He is one great player, I'm telling you. Look at his stats. Look at his overall. He was 61 when I got him into the first team. Now he's 68, and he's going to be improving a lot in the Premier League. But for now, guys, let's focus on the playoffs against Norwich at Kirklees, hoping that it's a close one. Oh, we managed to beat them 1-0, and Kirkin with the goal in the first half of the game, and 1-0 to Huddersfield. Guys, second leg of the Premier League playoff at Carrow Road. 1-0 to the good, and 2-1 Miguel Aziz late on. Well, actually, Miguel Aziz with the Braves, what a player. And the former Arsenal man Sargent with a goal for Norwich, and Huddersfield make it to the playoff final. Oh, guys, this is a tough one. A playoff final at Wembley against Burnley. I'm going to be playing this one. Let's go to the game. Oh, chance for Huddersfield, chance for Burnley. What a save from the goalkeeper. And that was the first real close call by any of the teams. Over the top to Simpson. He controls it well. Shoots and saved by Muric in net for Burnley. What a save. What an effort from Simpson, by the way. Short corner quickly taken. Is Miguel Aziz, who's speed on fire. Is he going to score? Is he going to shoot? He passes on to Kirkland, who scored. Kirkland scored actually in the first leg of the semi-final against. Oh, Miguel Aziz has done his man. Is he going to shoot? He scored 2 in the semis in the second leg. And what a golden opportunity for Huddersfield to take the lead. Passes across, defenders are there. Thompson, he scores. Oh, keeper should be coming out, but it's Simpson, the striker for Huddersfield, scores yet again this season. What a goal that is. They're working well, Huddersfield. 1-0 to the West Yorkshire club. Oh, chance for Edwards. Is he going to make it count? Great defending at the back. Huddersfield do clear, and half-time here at Wembley. Expert Khan into his 4th season in charge of the West Yorkshire club, and probably they're gonna get into the Premier League for next season. One step into the Premier League already at half-time. Simpson with a goal. And Simpson again. Is he gonna make it count? 2-0 it is to Huddersfield. They've got it. They've got the most important goal, which is always the second goal in the game. Simpson scores yet another goal for Huddersfield, and it is 2-0 at Wembley. They are surely going into the Premier League now. Oh, chance for Simpson again. He's got one defender to beat. Oh, he scores past the goalkeeper, Muric. And 10 minutes into the second half, Huddersfield really running away with it. Simpson with a hat-trick. And Huddersfield, no one can stop them from going into the Premier League this time around. Simpson with a wonderful hat-trick. Oh, there's been a handball shout. And I think it is Kirkin who's been... it's Edwards actually. He's been penalised for a penalty, the captain. Oh, that didn't hit his hand. But referee has seen it as a penalty. And chance for Burnley to put something past the goalkeeper. He's playing mind games with the striker. Actually dinks it in. It is Hernandez. And it is 3-1 to Huddersfield with more than half an hour remaining. Oh, Simpson is beating his man. He passes it to right. Oh, chance for Regina. Chance. Oh, he's hit the post. Miguel Aziz could have sealed it, but he hits the post from such a close distance. Here's Simpson. Lays it. Oh, I thought he's going to lay off Miguel Aziz, but defender gets his foot in and clears rather dead. And that's it, guys. Huddersfield won 3-1, and they are into the final for into this Premier League for next season. What scenes at Wembley! Look at that, players running onto the pitch, and this was in the making. Charlie Savage signed for Expert Khan in his first season in charge, and he's made it count, guys. He would be 70 overall, I guess, in the Premier League. He's 68 as well at the moment, a very strong 68. Guys, a quick recap to the season. Watford and QPR into the Premier League. Huddersfield managed to win the playoffs and are into the Premier League. FA Cup winners Arsenal beating Liverpool 2-1. Carabao goes to Spurs beating Bournemouth. Huddersfield, of course, we won the playoff for the Premier League. And UEFA Super Cup was won by Manchester City beating Benfica 4-2. And the Champions League winners Juventus managed to pull it off against Manchester City. And Europa League was won by Manchester United beating Real Betis. And finally the Europa League goes to Villarreal beating Ajax 3-1. So that's it, guys. End of season number 4. Let's go to the next season.